Good morning everyone, it's Tammy, and today the tutorial is going to be for this really cute Z-fold card. Isn't that neat? I'll do it this way too so you can see. And it's really not that complicated, and it's pretty easy and pretty cool. So let's get started. For the base, you are going to need a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of paper. So that means I just need to cut it down the middle. So this is the base of the card, so it's still an A2 sized card. And then I'm going to take this and score it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So 4 1/4 is right in the middle, just like I was making a regular A2 sized card. And then I'm going to score it again in half, which is 2 1/8. Like that. So I have a score line here and a score line here. If I folded it in half and just forgot about it, it would be a regular A2 sized card. And then I also, what makes this card really unique is I need a bar. And so with the rest of the paper, well, not the rest of it, but with the extra paper that you had, you're going to cut 1 1/4 inches by 8.5. And you're going to score this one at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So you're going to score it the same way. It would be scored oppositely if you were using a patterned paper. I wouldn't suggest that just because it makes it more confusing, at least in my head. So I like to use a base and then I'll layer it. So 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Just like that. And then you're going to need some layers, and I've done some of those, but I haven't done all of them. So I'm going to kind of separate them. I think that's easier in my head. Here is my card base. I'm going to put that here. And here is my bar. I'm going to put that there. So for my bar, I'm going to need a 1 1/4, no, sorry, a 1 by 4, which is going to go right here. So I need to cut this down to 4. So a 1 by 4 will go on the long piece, and actually this is going to go this way, I believe. Oh no, I was right. Okay, it's going to go this way. So it's going to go like that. And then I also need a 1 7/8 by 1, and that's what this one is. 1 7/8 by 1, and that's going to go in the middle, and I want that to be white because I'm going to put my little sentiment there. And then another piece of 1 by 7/8 by 1, and that's going to go there. So now that I have all of those components over there, then I'm going to focus on the components that I want over here. And I think I got started on those, but I didn't do them all. I wanted you guys to see. But the layers and all of these, the layers and all of the cut measurements will be down below in the description box. So for this I need a layer that is, all of these layers are going to be 5 1/4, and this one needs to be 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. So let's see, 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, perfect. And I need 2 that size. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Perfect. And then my biggest base, I need 5 1/4 by 4. So 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. So I've got all of those, so I can put this away. And then I'm going to want some embellishments, and I just used my flower punch and cut out the hearts, so, or the flowers. I used my flower punch and cut out the hearts. That would be something, wouldn't it? I'm going to put these this way since I have that ready to go. And this ready to go. And I wanted 3 flowers, and I did a bunch of the punching already, but here is 3 green bases, and then I thought I would do a light blue, a dark blue, and a peach on each of the bases. So I need a peach still. And so for this flower, I just punch it out. I went ahead and pre-did that because I don't think that you guys need more instruction than that, do you? Because my guys are smart. And then I just put a rhinestone on top of each one of those. So I'll show you all of that in a minute. Let's go ahead and adhere all of these and all of those. So I am just making sure that I have it the way I want it, which, you know, you could rearrange if you wanted the white part over there or whatever, you could do that, but I like the white in the middle. Now this white in the middle isn't actually white, it's actually a piece of the cardstock, but this was scrap and I didn't want to throw it away, and since this is white, it worked out perfect. I mean, I was going to throw it away, but I didn't need to. I could save it by using it. Now, obviously, you can do this however you want. I have seen lots of different designs, and I clearly use the same paper pack for both of these cards, the demo card and the card that I'm doing now. And you can get so much from one paper pack doing things like this because they're just so pretty, and they all match, which is awesome. And yeah, I just really like to use paper packs like that, especially if I'm using more than one printed paper. A little hair in there. I haven't folded this one yet. It's still just a straight card. That's funny. I usually score it early, but it's not a big deal. You can certainly do it this way. Okay, so then the folds will go, fold it in half like it's a regular A2 sized card. And then this comes down. And then you're gonna, this one's gonna go here, and this one's gonna go there. So you can kind of just do that, and then you know where to fold it. And then these just get folded like that. So it makes a Z for the Z side, for the Z card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my strong adhesive, just because I know that, at least for me, I would play with this a lot. So I want to make sure that I start with the small end. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on all of that because I know that all of that needs adhesive. That's going to get stuck on in here. So I'm just putting strong adhesive on this. I don't know if I finished my sentence about, I'm bad at that. I'm using strong adhesive because I know that this is an interactive card and that I would play with it a lot if I got it. So I'm going to put this about 1 inch up, just whatever looks pleasing to you. Maybe not even quite 1 inch on this particular one. And I'm just lining this up with the edge of the paper, and then I'm going to stick it down. And then I'm going to take my strong adhesive and I'm going to go on this spot. So I'm using this as a guide as to where it will be. So I have this lined up, so that way I know that I'm not going wonky, going in the wrong direction or whatever. I can use this as a line. See how it covers it up. And peel off these. And then fold that and then stick it down. Are you ready? Yay! Isn't that cool? So now we're going to do some embellishment. I'm going to open it up which I guess it really should be straight when I open it, but it's not a big deal that it's not. You can deal with it. I can deal with it, I guess is what I should say. The recipient was who you were when I was saying that. You as the recipient would deal with it. You wouldn't even know. I found I have this lovely friend stamp set in my collection, and I found that these, even though they are facing this way and this, if I turn it that way, it fits perfectly in this little area. So I thought that was kind of fun. And then I could put, and I think both of them would fit. And then I could put something in the middle. Oh, so happy. I just love you so much. Oh, so lucky. I'm going to do the I just love you so much again because I think that's just really nice. And I'm going to use the other little bar thing. Let's try that. Ugh. And getting out my stamps, my Stampin' Scrub. And I need to spray it with my Stampin' Mist just so you guys know what I'm talking about. It's this. I love this to clean my stamps. And then I have just a Stampin' Mist that I spray on one side. Things toppled over in my drawer. So I'm just going to ink that up and then put it down in the middle. Put this one back. And I just love you so much. There you go. Yay! I love it when it works out perfectly. And I always hold my breath because I do not usually stamp after putting it down. I usually stamp before I put it down. That way if I mess up, I'll still be alright. And I'd still be alright. There's not a lot we can't fix. I need a drink of my water before I finish it off with the embellishments. All right. So we want a green one with every colored one, like that. And then I'm going to use glue just because I like it. I love this art glitter glue. I'm just going to put it down on one of them, and then I'm just lining it up so that it's, I didn't show that. Let me show you. Let me show you with a more contrasting color. So these are the same. They came from the same punch. They might not, they will line up perfectly if I can find which leaf belongs to which. It doesn't matter though, really. There's that one and that one. I bet that's it. Okay, see how they line up perfectly if you, but I turn the top so it's like that. So you get leaves showing from the bottom, but it's really just from the same flower. But I think it's kind of a neat technique. And for this particular one, I don't really care if it lines up perfectly or not. It looks great either way. So I don't have to worry about starting it out lined up in the right spot. Oh, and then let's go ahead and glue them down. And usually the rule of threes is that when you have three of something, it just looks better. So, or odd numbers. It doesn't necessarily have to be three. But just keep that in mind when you're doing stuff like this. I'm going to put this one down. And it's covering this whole thing, so I was able to cover the whole back. Now this one I'm going to put down, and it's not going to cover the whole thing. There's going to be an area right here that doesn't touch any other paper, so it doesn't need any glue. So I'm going to just be careful to put this back where I had it, because I don't want to glue it to the wrong thing. Good. And then this one I'm going to do up here, and I'm going to kind of do the same way, so it only needs glue on like this other 2/3. I mean, and a little bit of glue will hold it. It doesn't have to be covered with glue. And then I'm just holding it for a second. And then I have these rhinestones that I have in my collection. Isn't that cute? And they're big, that's why I like them. And these clear ones, the diamonds, will work perfectly for the center of these flowers. So I just take my little pokey tool, or I guess this isn't the same as my pokey tool, but this is my quicker poker picker upper. That's what it's called. So picker upper tool. And I'm just putting one of the rhinestones in each one of these middles. And there you go. Isn't that cute? I just love it. So this is the Z-fold card, and thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you guys will try it. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.